Mornings change as we get older, even if no one really talks about it. What once felt automatic can start to feel heavier, quieter, slower. And that's not a failure. It's not something you did wrong. It's simply life asking for a different rhythm. If you're over 60 and mornings feel rushed, stiff, lonely, or strangely tiring before the day has even begun, this is for you. There is nothing you need to fix. There's nothing you need to push through. There is only a gentler way to begin. A calm morning doesn't start with discipline or productivity. It starts with permission. Permission to wake up slowly. Permission to listen to your body instead of a clock. Permission to stop measuring your mornings by how much you get done and start measuring them by how you feel. When you wake up, before your feet even touch the floor, take a moment to notice that you are here. Not in a dramatic way, just notice the weight of the blanket, the temperature of the room, the sound of the house. Your body has already done something remarkable. It has carried you through the night. You don't need to jump out of bed to prove anything. You've already arrived. Many people over 60 wake up with stiffness, aches, or a fog that takes time to lift. That doesn't mean your day is off to a bad start. It means your body is asking for patience. Instead of rushing to stand, give yourself a minute or two to stretch gently under the covers. Roll your shoulders slowly. Move your ankles. Let your fingers open and close. These small movements tell your nervous system that the day is beginning safely, not suddenly. There is a quiet kindness in not rushing the first moments of consciousness. Your nervous system, especially as you age, responds far better to calm than to commands. When mornings are rushed, the body stays tense all day. When mornings are calm, the body carries that calm forward, even into challenges. Once you sit up, don't worry about standing right away. Sit at the edge of the bed and let gravity settle. Take a few slow breaths, not deep, forced breaths, just natural ones. In through the nose, out through the mouth if that feels comfortable. Nothing fancy, nothing to get right. Breathing isn't an exercise here. It's a reminder that you don't have to hurry to be alive. If your mind immediately fills with thoughts, appointments, worries, things you didn't finish yesterday, that's normal. The goal isn't to stop those thoughts. The goal is not to follow them yet. Mornings don't need to start in your head. They can start in your body. When you stand, do it slowly. Use the support around you if you need it. There is no prize for standing quickly. Balance changes with age, and honoring that is wisdom, not weakness. Each careful movement is an act of self-respect. As you make your way to the bathroom or kitchen, notice how often you've been taught to rush without reason. No one is chasing you. There is no emergency. This is your time. One of the quiet gifts of getting older is that you no longer need to perform urgency for the world. Hydration matters more than most people realize, especially in the morning. Before coffee, before tea, before breakfast, a glass of water can gently wake your system. Not because it's a rule, but because your body has gone hours without it. Drink slowly. Feel it move through you. This simple act is one of the most grounding ways to begin a calm day. You don't need a complicated morning ritual. You don't need supplements lined up or a perfect routine copied from someone else's life. What you need is consistency and gentleness. The same few steps, done with care, are more powerful than any ambitious plan you won't enjoy. If you enjoy warmth in the morning, let yourself have it. A warm shower, a warm mug, warm right near a window. Warmth signals safety to the body. It relaxes muscles, softens joints, and calms the mind. These aren't luxuries. They are supported. As you wash your face or brush your teeth, try not to think of it as preparation for the world. Think of it as tending to yourself. You are not getting ready to be useful. You are simply caring for the person who will live this day. One of the most overlooked parts of a calm morning is silence. Not forced silence, just the absence of noise that doesn't belong to you. You don't need the news first thing. You don't need emails or social media. The world will still be there later. What often gets lost with age is the ability to hear yourself think, your own inner pace. Silence helps restore that. If complete silence feels uncomfortable, gentle background sound can help. Soft music, nature sounds, even the quiet hum of the house. The key is that it should soothe, not stimulate. Your nervous system doesn't need excitement at sunrise. It needs reassurance. Breakfast doesn't need to be perfect, balanced, or impressive. It needs to feel kind. Something that nourishes without effort. Something familiar. Something that doesn't make you feel rushed or guilty. Eating slowly, even a small amount, helps regulate energy and mood for the rest of the day. And if you're not hungry right away, that's okay too. Listen instead of forcing. There is a cultural idea that mornings are for conquering the day. That idea doesn't serve everyone, especially not people over 60. Your mornings can be about easing into the day rather than charging into it. Strength at this stage of life often looks like steadiness, not speed. If you live alone, mornings can feel especially quiet. That quiet can feel peaceful one day and heavy the next. Both are normal. A calm routine helps anchor you regardless of how the quiet feels. It creates a sense of companionship with yourself. You are not alone when you are present. If you live with others, mornings can feel crowded or demanding. A calm routine helps you claim a small pocket of time that belongs only to you. Even 10 minutes of unrushed presence can change how the rest of the day unfolds. You don't need to optimize your morning. You don't need to improve yourself before breakfast. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not wasting time by moving slowly. In fact, slowness is often what allows the body and mind to cooperate instead of compete. Many people over 60 carry a lifetime of responsibility in their muscles. Years of tension don't disappear overnight, but they do respond to consistency. A calm morning, repeated day after day, teaches the body that it no longer needs to brace itself for impact. There may be mornings when none of this feels easy. Mornings when pain, grief, or worry shows up uninvited. A calm routine isn't about making those mornings disappear. It's about giving yourself something steady to hold on to when they arrive. The goal of a calm morning isn't happiness. It's regulation. It's stable. It's beginning the day without already being exhausted by it. Over time, this changes how you experience not just mornings, but aging itself. You are allowed to take your time. You are allowed to move gently. You are allowed to begin the day without proving anything to anyone. The calm you create in the morning is not wasted. It stays with you. And this is only the beginning. A calm morning routine isn't something you finish and move on from. It quietly shapes everything that follows. The way you begin the day teaches your mind and body what to expect from life itself. When mornings are rushed, the body stays on alert. When mornings are calm, the body learns that it is safe to soften. One of the most important parts of a gentle morning after 60 is protecting it from intrusion, not in an aggressive way, in a quiet, respectful way. This means being intentional about what you allow into your awareness early in the day. Stress doesn't usually arrive loudly. It slips in through habits we don't question anymore. The phone is often the first intruder. Messages, headlines, notifications, other people's urgency. None of it belongs to you in those first moments. You didn't wake up to react. You woke up to live. Delaying the phone, even by 30 minutes, creates a boundary between your inner world and the outside world. That boundary becomes more valuable with age, not less. Many people worry that if they don't check things immediately, they'll miss something important. But most of what feels urgent in the morning rarely is, and almost nothing is worth sacrificing your nervous system for. The world has learned how to demand attention. You are allowed to decide when to give it. A calm morning also benefits from simplicity. Too many steps create friction. Too many decisions create fatigue. You don't need variety first thing. You need familiarity. Doing the same few things in the same order each morning reduces cognitive load. Your brain relaxes when it knows what comes next. This doesn't mean your routine is rigid, it means it's reliable. Reliability builds trust, especially self-trust. When your body learns that mornings are predictable and kind, it stops bracing for impact. That alone can reduce anxiety without you ever having to work on anxiety. Movement in the morning should feel like an invitation, not an obligation. You are not warming up to perform. You are waking up to inhabit your body. Gentle stretches, slow walking, light movement that increases circulation without strain. The purpose isn't fitness. The purpose is presence. As we age, joints and muscles often need time to negotiate with gravity. Let them. Rushing movement increases resistance. Slow movement builds cooperation. If you've ever noticed that pain feels sharper when you hurry, this is why. Calm mornings reduce unnecessary pain by reducing unnecessary force. There is also emotional movement that happens in the morning. Feelings that were held at bay during sleep sometimes surface as soon as the day begins. Sadness, loneliness, a sense of unease without a clear reason. These feelings are not signs that something is wrong. They are signs that your inner world trusts you enough to speak. A gentle routine doesn't try to fix those feelings. It gives them space without letting them take over. You don't need to analyze them. You don't need to push them away. You can acknowledge them quietly, like you would acknowledge weather passing through. This is emotional maturity, not avoidance. One helpful anchor in a calm morning is a single grounding practice, just one. It could be sitting by a window and looking outside. It could be holding a warm mug with both hands. It could stand in sunlight for a few minutes. The practice itself matters less than the consistency. This anchor becomes a signal to your nervous system that the day has officially begun in a safe way. Over time, the body starts to associate that moment with calm. That association carries forward even on harder days. Many people over 60 struggle with the idea of wasting the morning. They have been conditioned for decades to believe mornings must be productive to be valid. But productivity was a requirement of earlier seasons of life. It doesn't need to be the center of this one. This stage of life asks for something different. It asks for attunement instead of output. It asks for listening instead of pushing. A calm morning routine isn't about doing less, it's about doing what actually supports you now. Energy levels change with age. Some mornings you'll feel clear and steady. Other mornings you'll feel slow or tired for no obvious reason. A calm routine adapts to that instead of fighting it. The routine stays the same, but the intensity changes. This flexibility is key. When you stop expecting your mornings to feel the same every day, you stop feeling disappointed by your body. You stop interpreting fluctuation as failure. You begin to see it as information. This shift alone reduces a great deal of inner tension. Another overlooked aspect of calm mornings is pacing. Not just physical pacing, but mental pacing, allowing pauses, allowing moments where nothing is happening. Our culture treats pauses as empty space that needs to be filled, but pauses are where integration happens. Integration is especially important as we age. The mind processes experiences more slowly, but more deeply. Rushing through the morning doesn't give your system time to integrate rest into wakefulness. Calm pacing does. If you enjoy reflection, mornings can be a gentle place for it, but only if it's a kind reflection. This isn't the time to review regrets or replay mistakes. If your mind drifts backward, gently bring it back to the present moment. What's here? What's steady? What's neutral or pleasant? Gratitude doesn't need to be grand or forced. It can be as simple as noticing that you are warm or safe or able to move. Gratitude works best when it's quiet and specific, not as a practice, but as a notice. For some people, spiritual or contemplative practices feel natural in the morning. Prayer, meditation, reading something meaningful. These can be grounding when they are gentle and unhurried. They become stressful when they turn into obligations. A calm morning routine should feel like support, not a test you can fail. If you miss a step, nothing is ruined. If one morning looks different, nothing is broken. The power is in the overall rhythm, not in perfection. As the morning continues, transition slowly into the rest of the day. Don't snap from calm into busyness. Let the calm lead you forward. Carry one part of your morning with you even as tasks begin. This continuity is what makes the routine effective. Many people notice that when they start the day calmly, they react differently to interruptions later on. They recover more quickly. They take things less personally. This isn't because the day is easier, it's because the baseline is steadier. A calm morning is not passive, it is intentional. It is a quiet decision to treat yourself with respect before the world makes any demands. Over time, this decision reshapes how you experience aging itself. Aging doesn't need to feel like a series of losses. It can feel like a refinement, a narrowing toward what actually matters. Calm mornings support that refinement. They clear away noise so you can hear your own rhythm again. You may notice that people around you move faster, speak louder, demand quicker responses. You don't need to match their pace. Your pace is not a problem to solve. It is a choice you are allowed to make. The calm you build in the morning isn't fragile. It doesn't disappear the moment something goes wrong. It becomes a reference point your nervous system can return to. That reference point is especially valuable in later life. This routine is not about controlling the day. It's about beginning it in alignment with who you are now, not who you used to be or who you think you should be. A calm morning routine becomes truly powerful when you understand what it's really doing beneath the surface. It isn't just shaping your mornings, it's quietly reshaping your relationship with time, with aging, and with yourself. As we get older, time starts to feel different. Days may feel long, yet years pass quickly. There is often less external structure, fewer fixed obligations, and more unclaimed space. That space can feel freeing, but it can also feel unsettling. Without realizing it, many people wake up each morning with a low-level tension, wondering how the day should be used or whether it will matter at all. A calm morning routine answers that question without words. It says, "This day matters because you are here to live it, not to prove anything through it." That reassurance is subtle, but it settles something deep inside. When mornings begin calmly, the nervous system stops treating the day like something to endure. It begins to experience the day as something to inhabit. This shift is especially important later in life, when the body is less tolerant of constant stress signals. Stress doesn't always come from big problems. Often it comes from speed, from transitions that are too sharp, from expectations that no longer fit the body or the season of life. Calm mornings soften those transitions. They give the system time to adjust. Over time, you may notice that your sense of urgency fades, not because you care less, but because you understand more. You begin to see that very little actually requires immediate reaction. Most things benefit from steadiness instead. This steadiness becomes part of your identity. You are no longer someone who rushes into the day. You are someone who arrives in it. There is also a quiet dignity in this way of living. You are no longer bending your rhythm to match the world's noise. You are setting a tone that reflects experience, wisdom, and self-respect. That dignity is felt by others, even if they can't name it. A calm morning routine also helps with something many people over 60 struggle with, but rarely say out loud: the fear of decline, the fear of losing relevance, the fear of becoming invisible. These fears don't disappear through reassurance or positive thinking. They ease when you feel grounded in your own life. When you begin the day calmly, you reinforce the idea that your inner experience matters. You stop measuring your worth by how much you produce or how quickly you respond. You start measuring it by how present you are. Presence is not passive. It is an active state of attention. It allows you to notice small joys that rushed mornings miss. Light through a window, the sound of birds, the comfort of a familiar space. These moments don't announce themselves. They wait to be noticed. As the days accumulate, these small moments build a sense of continuity. Life stops feeling like a series of disconnected hours and starts feeling like a coherent flow. That coherence is deeply comforting. You may also notice that calm mornings make decision-making easier. When your nervous system isn't already overstimulated, choices feel clearer. You are less reactive. You are less likely to say yes out of habit or guilt. You begin to choose based on energy rather than obligation. This matters because energy becomes a more valuable resource with age, not something to hoard, but something to steward carefully. A calm morning routine teaches you to start the day without spending energy unnecessarily. Another quiet benefit is emotional resilience. When the day begins calmly, emotional disruptions later on don't feel as overwhelming. You have a baseline to return to. You know what calm feels like in your body because you practiced it when nothing was wrong. This is how routines become anchors, not rigid structures, but reliable touch points. On difficult days, the routine holds you. On good days, it supports you without getting in the way. There will be mornings when pain or grief is present, mornings when calm feels distant. The routine doesn't fix those mornings, but it offers familiarity. Familiarity itself can be soothing. It reminds you that not everything is uncertain. It's important to understand that a calm morning routine doesn't require ideal conditions. It doesn't require good sleep, perfect health, or a quiet house. It adapts. Even 1 or 2 familiar steps can be enough to create a sense of beginning. This adaptability is what makes the routine sustainable. It grows with you. As your needs change, the routine changes too. What stays the same is the intention, to begin gently. In a culture that glorifies youth, speed, and constant reinvention, choosing calm is quietly radical. It is a refusal to treat aging as something to outrun. It is an acceptance that depth replaces speed, and steadiness replaces intensity. You are not shrinking your life by slowing your mornings. You are deepening it. Over time, you may notice that people respond differently to you. Conversations feel less hurried. Conflicts feel less sharp. This is not because others have changed, but because your internal pace has. When you are no longer rushed inside, the world feels less urgent outside. A calm morning routine also prepares you for something deeper: acceptance. Acceptance of change, acceptance of limitations, acceptance of uncertainty. These are not losses, they are realities that, when met calmly, lose much of their sting. Acceptance does not mean resignation. It means meeting life as it is, rather than how it used to be or how you wish it were. Calm mornings train this skill daily. Each morning becomes a small act of alignment. You align with your body instead of fighting it. You align with your energy instead of overriding it. You align with the present instead of rushing past it. This alignment is what many people search for without realizing it. They look for it in productivity systems, self-improvement plans, or external validation. But it often begins with something far simpler: how you wake up. There is a quiet confidence that comes from knowing you can begin the day well, regardless of what the day holds. That confidence is not loud. It doesn't announce itself, but it is steady. As the years pass, this steadiness becomes one of your greatest strengths. It allows you to navigate change without panic. It allows you to enjoy what remains instead of mourning what's gone. A calm morning routine doesn't promise perfect days. It promises grounded ones. Days where you feel connected to yourself. Days where you don't feel pushed from the moment you open your eyes. And perhaps most importantly, it gives you something to return to, a way of beginning that feels like home. You don't need to rush anymore. You don't need to chase momentum. You don't need to earn rest by exhausting yourself first. You are allowed to begin the day calmly. You are allowed to move gently. You are allowed to take up time. This is not the absence of ambition, it is the presence of wisdom. And when tomorrow morning comes, you'll know exactly how to meet it.